You like it? Want some orange juice? Or milk? Orange juice? Watch out, Artie. Artie, go lie down. Go lie down. Just go lie down. Good boy. You're a good dog. Nobody's in trouble. You're a good dog. Here you go. Do you want eggs too? No? Just that? Here. I'm gonna do a top then. One more bite. Want another drink before I put it away? Thank you. See what's going on in the world. Yes, I guess a lot of people are having disturbances, disruptions. Lots of reasons, like there's a big old phone outage. Like people couldn't use their cell phone. You know, like everybody gets to experience things, like life, what all life that has to offer, right? And people are so focused on the good things, the positive things. They don't want to do the dark, nasty, gross stuff, right? They just want to reap the rewards without any kind of consequence. I think that's what a lot of people, that's their goal in life, is minimal engagement, maximum enjoyment. It's weird. And I look at the like you are considered a boomer, a baby boomer, right? Because you and your generation. So all the people that came back from World War II is like, yay, we're so happy, let's everybody get laid. And then all these babies were made. That's your generation, my dad's generation, right? And so, and then they had this year, and then they're just so upset from the war. The men were upset from the war, so they're drinking. The women are upset because they don't have the same version of the man that left them. They're different, you know. A lot, whether it's infidelity or just how murder changes a person. You know, once you take a person's life, it kind of takes a little light out of themselves. People don't get that. So we got the boomers that had babies, or and then we're the babies, right? And then the boomers had the Gen Xers. I'm a Gen Xer, is what they call us, the Generation X, right? We're the ones that it's like, you guys were so hurt from how your freaking parents treated you, y'all went in within, and then all of us kids born in the freaking 60s and 70s, the majority of us, not all of us, not the ones that live a privileged life, but the ones that live lesser than the privileged do, right? We're the latchkey kids. We learn how to fend for ourselves, right? When divorce became prominent, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. It ain't a good lay no more. I'm not getting anything out of this anymore. She don't do all the stuff she used to keep me around. Or, from his perspective, she don't do, you know, he don't do all the things that he used to. You know, I feel like I'm taking care of 2 kids plus him, so I got 3 kids. You know, all this stuff going around and just people not supporting themselves and other people not being able to carry the burden. Right? And so Gen Xers had their kids. I didn't have no kids, so I'm not going to blame myself in this. But Gen X, you people that had parents, Gen Xers, the ones that I'm going to do everything for my baby boy and my baby girl. I'm going to make sure they never want for anything. I'm going to make sure that that it's real quiet so that they can sleep. I'm going to make sure that everything's perfect and the temperature's comfortable. And if their little tuchus gets chafed, I'm going to put little powder on his little or her little butt. Make sure that nothing is ever uncomfortable. I'll just create a bubble world where all the bad stuff is out there and all the good stuff is in here. Welcome to the world of division, folks. That's how it begins. The verses. I call in today's talk secrecy. Because what we're seeing is a whole lot of people's secrets being revealed. I don't have secrets. Every stupid, asinine, dumb thing I have ever done in my 45 years, I have said someplace in my 2,300 videos that I've made in 7, almost 8 years, I've openly admitted every monstrosity. So people could go dig and find my dirt. It's already out there. Because I don't believe in secrecy, because I'm a truther. I'm a person of truth. And secrets to me are people hiding who they really are. Please don't tell. Oh, well, this happened. This was a weird engagement. I had a doctor from Reading one time. I was 15 years old. 16. I was a 16-year-old girl in high school. I always hung out with people older than me. Went to a party with my friend's dad's house, or my friend's dad's house. He was more of an acquaintance to me. He was this predominant doctor, I was eating crab off crackers, crab dip. Mm-hmm. And I took a bite and some dropped right here on my boob, and old boy was 4 sheets to the wind. Yeah, we're drunk, soul gone. I'm going to do what I want. He grabbed it off my boob and ate it. I was like, well, that's weird. Anybody else at this party think that what this dude did is weird? No? That's just normal everyday behavior, huh? Touching an underage girl, you don't know? Because you're drunk? Because you can? It's your house. You can do whatever you want? Yeah? And people act how they are when they're younger. And that usually, not all the times, because people do repent, they come out of their ways. They see the consequences of their behaviors and their actions, and they decide, like I did, I don't want to act that way, right? When I do this happens. When I hang out with people that I don't know, somebody doesn't like me. There's a young girl, 16 years old, just got beat up in the bathroom. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry, Dex. I'm sorry that nobody taught you how to defend yourself in a fucking gross and ugly world. Because when I was 20, I've had lots of abuse happen to me. I've had a lot of people, because I used to drink and I'd be like, hey, we're buddies. And they're like, yeah, we're buddies. And then they're like, no, we're not. And then I end up getting kicked in the face and knocked down a flight of 12, 13 stairs. Oh, that's never happened to you? Oh, all the things that have happened to me that have never happened to other people. That have created a world of ignorance. They ignore to create their bliss. And those days are over, because people like me are taught, you can't ignore us, man. We are everywhere. We're the ones that know your secrets. Like my brother, he's a frickin' withholding asshole. When people aren't balanced within their signs and their astrology, they become one way or another to the extreme, and they shut out the other side of them. And that's what he did. But he's displayed evidence of this behavior his whole entire life. He's just being more of who he is. I've always told, I was the impressionable one. I was the one that listened. God's always watching. So I behave in my life like God's watching, like he's right here next to me, And God don't like it when you lie, cheat, and steal. He don't like it. He don't like those at the minimum. And then, not to mention all the other crappy, gross, weird, opportunistic, pervy stuff people are doing. I get that people, not everybody's, I don't like religion. I'm an inquisitive person, and I've been looking my whole entire life as like what it is to be a good person and what it is to be a not. And what the way I see it is to be the withholder is not. To help is. To hinder is not. And we're living in days where freaking more and more and more and more and more people, you know, they need stuff, basic stuff. They don't know how to get it. Because the people that they were told that they could trust to go to get these things, well, they've been deemed untrustworthy. Yeah. So, basically, pretty much people show you who they are, you know. And, I'm real excited that more and more and more secrets are coming out. Anybody believe that anybody landed on the moon? I don't believe it. I don't believe we ever landed on the moon. I don't think human beings are smart enough. Because look at the world. This is the best that, as a collective consciousness, we all can fucking put together, right? Yeah, it's 2024. There's still people, civilian, you know, innocent. Nobody deserves to die in freaking made up bullshit military conflicts. And for anybody to allow that, the karma is coming. This nation is falling. America is not the same America that it's always been. America let itself go collectively because the people in it chose the easier, softer way. They stopped doing the work. If everybody just did a little bit of hard work, you know, if everybody just gave up 20 minutes, a half hour of their time, word is in a week, how much the world, but people are just, they want to just do the minimum that they got to do to get by in life just so they can sit there and fucking do nothing. Sit there and watch other people do stuff. It's bizarre. It's really peculiar. I never been a big person on secrets because secrets are lies. Lying by omission. Leaving information out. People are talking more about the occult, which means hidden knowledge, which is synonymous to what? More secrets? Oh my goodness, it's all so confusing. Which things am I supposed to tell and which people? Because if people contain their whole personality and they're so busy hiding the parts of themselves that they don't want people to see because they don't want people to get the whole picture of them. Lying by omission. Keeping the crap out so you can represent yourself in a disingenuous way. The world has more of those people than not. But the thing of it is we have intuition. Truth has a frequency. And oftentimes, a lot of us can recognize what bullshit is just coming out of people's mouths. And I'm one of those. It's like, okay, all right, you want me to play dumb? You want me to play along to your charade? Am I supposed to act like this? Because I know what you're saying is a lie. Because I can feel what a lie is. And there's a lot of people that can feel what a lie is. They're just going to go along with it. Why? To keep the peace. I guess it depends on what my mood is, because every now and again, I'll just be like, oh, is that what you want me to believe? I'll say it out loud, because if people want me to be, you know, but usually if people want me to think that, if people want to think that I'm an idiot, then I guess I'll go ahead and act like an idiot for them. I'll dumb it down for them, just to make people feel better. Because you know how people don't like things that make them feel some kind of way, other than what's in their own control, power and constraints. Hey Bex, what's up? I'm still here waiting for people to degrade, my friend. My YouTube. I guess we haven't ever met, so I guess would that make us acquaintances? Huh? Yeah? But still, it's a good feeling, right? It's a feeling of camaraderie. Anyway, I was just talking about secrets and how there's no place for them in this world because there's, if people don't want people to know how they are, don't fucking act that way. How's that? Isn't that a good rule of thumb? I don't want my wife to find out, or my wife or husband to find out I'm cheated on them, because I want to live my life how I want to live with the comforts. And because if I don't cheat on my, because I want to have all this experience, and I'm chasing this sensation, I'm living for myself, and it'll be detrimental to my family, but that's okay because I'm the breadwinner, so I should get to do what I want. And these are opposite genders too. There's women that have that same vibrational frequency. See, I look at behaviors and emotions in terms of frequency, right? Vibration. And most people, they don't even feel good. They don't even feel good. Like, when I was younger, and people would touch, like my grandma or something, because she wasn't very nice to me. But she was nice to me when other people were around, but it was just our little secret that when other people were around, she would say things that were very mean to me. And then she'd act like she was the kind and loving grandmother when other people were around, and she'd be like, "Oh, honey, come here," and like show people how, "Oh, look at what I like." But I'm just like, dude, you're mean to me. If this person wasn't here, you'd be being mean to me right now. And then my nacho neuro brain is like, don't touch me because you're a lie. You feel like a lie. It's like electricity. When people lie, you can feel it feels like a lie. Right? Truth feels good. When someone touches me that acts like they care and they don't, they're a liar. I'm like, no, don't touch me. How many nacho neuro kids that are like, no, don't touch me. Don't hug me. Because they feel the lie. But this is stuff that people don't... This doesn't happen. Because the controllers, they created a world and environment that you just stay in your little box, do what you're told, give us all your money so we can do weird shit all over the planet. And you're just going to be a subservient little ant on this alien ant farm. And don't think for yourself ever. Because you think for yourself, you get bad grades. I was never a very good student, especially in history, only class I ever failed. Because I'm like, this history is based on this publisher and what they allowed for the author to write. That's what history is. Right? Native American. I live in North America. All right, and they still every year push that bullshit Thanksgiving while a whole freaking, and it is even weirder to me when the Native Americans join in on that. Go along to get along, don't think for yourself, trading sovereignty for casinos. No bueno. They've been posting all these pictures of like the natives in Taos and all these the pueblos all over New Mexico and everywhere, the runners and stuff. I'm like, dude, those aren't the same natives. Those natives believed in the old ways. You got the new native that just go along because they like the creature comforts, and they're not going to stand up against going with the flow. That's not what new natives do. That's what old natives do. Indigenous, excuse me. I like indigenous better. Right? They don't even got no discipline. People come here and they did come here, go to Pueblo, hoping to see some drunken Indians. It's okay, girl. It's sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, my love nugget. I just dropped it. Hey, pretty. Goodness. You're so sweet and smart and funny, my little old girl. You're so pretty, smart and funny, my little old girl. So there's a lot of secrets coming out, and there's going to be a lot of really disappointed people on this planet because, not my dad, not my sister, not my uncle, what? Yeah, all on your watch. People know who people are. They just ignore it because they get the benefits of it, I mean, I don't know how many. I know word is that there are good cops. I met I'm 49. I've come across I come across one in Klamath that escorted me at 2:30 in the morning. Didn't give me a ticket because he was from Salem, and that's when I was driving to Arizona. And he escorted me, gave me a ride, said, no, you can't. You got to go back and sleep for a while. That's what he told me. So he took me all the way back to Walmart, where this was back when people are allowed to sleep at Walmart. Now, dude, they don't want fucking single people on their own. They don't want them to survive. They want them all to just fucking die. You know? They do. Because they're not giving people any alternatives. They're not giving people places to go. But they'll do weird shit like hire somebody in Albuquerque to pick up shit like they did in Seattle or San Francisco. These places. Why don't you just provide porta potties for people? You know? Or large plots of land where people can just go and camp. And then, you know, like Quartzsite. More of that. Why isn't there more of that stuff? Because Lord knows there's more and more people that don't have the support to keep them out of situations like that. Right? There aren't. And the majority of the people that live on this planet, unless something smacks them in the face, they don't give a fuck about it. But what they're going to see is more and more shit's going to smack them in the face. I want to see more people like, I would love to do a place like a Quartzsite, not as big, here in Taos. Only my vision, I have, like automotive, like a garages, so people can work on their own shit. Yeah. Because it's a lot easier to work on your own shit than pay because I don't have the place to even work on my shit, so I pay people to do it, and the labor is like 3-4 times as much as the parts and stuff like that, and that's just greedy. That's just fucking gross. That's just, whenever people want more money than their shit is worth, you're paying for their fucking disheveled psychology. You're paying for the stuff that they need to buy to make themselves feel better. All that fast food, that's what you're paying for, so they can freaking eat it and hate themselves more. You're paying for freaking, their overhead. You're paying for their vacations. You're paying for their buildings. You're paying for their electricity. You're paying for all this, and the output don't match the input. And it's like this everywhere. So the imbalance is going to correct itself. Just like nature always does. Right? People can do whatever they want. You can do whatever you want in this life. There are consequences to every action we take. Negative and positive. Both of them. Oh, I'm all up in arms lately because they forgive all this college shit, right? It's all bullshit. It's all made up reindeer games by people that don't have very good ideas, except for the ideas that they do implement. They're just implementing to cause problems for other people, to hinder and not help. All these big corporations, multi-mega million-dollar companies that just laid off all these people. Hey, thanks for making us all this money so we can, build rockets and play. So we can play. So go ahead and try and figure out how you're going to live while we have everything we need to play. Makes perfect sense, right? Yeah? Yeah, Mom? Seems weird, don't it? I live in Taos, New Mexico. There's a lot of people that like to play here. And I have a lot of ideas on how to work. Yeah. I'm just trying to get myself in a better situation like so many people are, that I can actually do these things. Because I don't feel real comfortable leaving Mom in a place where things are so unstable and the people around me are so unstable. It's not safe for me to go in and be like spending 3-4 hours helping other people realize their dreams and their vision when the freaking electricity goes out here all the time with a freaking barely a blow. Because why? The infrastructure shit? Because people paid themselves to do the work, and they didn't do it. There's a guy here, Reyes is his last name. I think his name's Johnny Reyes. Let's hear. Here, let me look this up. He's the CEO to Kit Carson Electric Co-op, right? Just another freaking club. It's a non-profit, Cooperative Inc., okay? Louis A. Reyes Jr., CEO, General Manager. You want to guess how much that this is Taos, New Mexico. There's 6,000 people in the town of Taos, okay? You want to guess how much this homeboy makes? By that fiscal year ending 2022. Compensation, $314,940. For what? Who's he blowing? What Masonic bullshit is he fucking perpetuating? Oh, then plus another 51,000 on top of that. So his total is oh, and he's been the company's also tax exempt. Okay, understand that. So his whole 429,660 net income. Compensation. So no, I wouldn't say it's that. So 314 a year. You live in fucking Taos and your fucking power goes out all the time. So why do people get paid that much? Because it's all money laundering. And you know what's funny? You know, it's kind of hilarious. One of the things that, like, I have to exist, right? Because there's so many other people that just go with this bullshit. People have to, like me, have to exist just so we can let people know you guys are perpetuating horse shit. With your little rainbow games and your little pride and your little beliefs on stuff that is really gross. A lot of people are doing it. I used to believe in it too. I used to think, hey man, America, the land of the free. And then when I was a part of the military and I came to the conclusion, but you know what? It ain't cool for us to be going in other countries and killing people that don't deserve to die. That's not cool, but that's what we've been doing the whole time. And then they have holidays for it, and then they got, you know, flags, and you got to do all these things, and if you don't do these things, then you're against everyone else. So retarded. I think that's why we had to move from San Luis Obispo or Morro Bay up to Redding, is because I was the little bastard child and they were trying to fucking get rid of me. And so mom escaped us up to Redding. Because throughout the years there was talk of, you know, taking me to Montana. And chances of me being one of those little native kids that the freaking dudes that spend so much money hunting in the woods all over the place, and all those hundreds of thousands of acres of BLM land and all that land that belongs to the government and not to you, and people don't have access, but these people do all that stuff, right? And my lineage is from the club. My freaking great-great-grandfather was a Freemason. Let's see here. Where's that picture? Yep, right there. Jessie Ann was my great-grandma, and Joseph J. And people put on their tombstones shit that they give a shit about. Right there. The fucking club. Right there. Bro clubs never done me no good. That's why I'm just adamantly against them. You know, and I ain't gonna be nobody's fucking wife or nothing to, you know, help them frickin' with their stupid agenda. So they hate me. People that aren't like you will hate you. I've been hated my whole life. Part of it's Chiron and Aries. I get it, because I just had this big old heart when I was this little girl, and I grew into it. You don't hurt people. You don't lie. You don't cheat. You don't steal. You don't put stuff in your butt. There's all this stuff you don't do. And society's like, I do what I want. I want it in my butt. I do what I want. And then they get it in their butt, and they can't get it out of their butt, and then they got to go to the ER, and then all these people are like, why do so many people put shit in their butt? And this is the world we live in. Hi, Susie. Redding is the armpit of California. But I got a lot of knowing. I learned about a lot of people from living in Redding, California. See, because it's the 40th parallel. And there's a lot of... I was in a Freemason thing when I was like 15 years old, but I wouldn't do... My personality never wants to do what the controllers do, right? Put on this big hoop dress, walk in, do this. I'm like, no, that's stupid. I did it one time. I had to sign a guest book. So my signature in 1989 is at the Freemason Lodge in Redding, California, because my friends, their parents were into it. I was just a young, impressionable girl. But what happened is I'm not going to go along with it because I'm not going to wear that stupid dress. And they want people that are going to do what they're told to do. I watched a video, or I've been looking into my history because I'm like, who got my brother? And I know who got my brother. There was a fucking man who was a judge in Redding, California, back in the olden days, and his name is Judge Eaton. Judge Eaton. Everybody in Redding knows who Judge Eaton is, right? And he's been dead for years. He's been dead for a long time. However, what he would do is these guys would get in trouble like my brother did. And my brother, if you ask him about this, he'll give you the gaslight thing. Margie has always had problems. That never happened. But the thing of it is, I've been talking about this since it happened to people that I know. And my story is consistent. Why? Because I have displayed a personality of consistency. Even in my days that I've fallen when I was a drunk, I'm not still a drunk. I gave up those behaviors that don't serve me but help serve others and their agenda. Because when I don't think for myself, I'm a minion and I'm impressionable and I'll do whatever anybody else wants me to do just as long as they like me. Right? So Judge Eaton, so what he would do is these guys would get into trouble. And the thing of it is he retired before this happened. But I don't know how he still got, because he's a Freemason and they can do whatever they want. Because these guys get in trouble and then they say, you know what, go into the army. Straighten your life out. But what people don't know is that the army is its own criminal operation. So he finds the people that he sees to recruit them into his system of debauchery. And the people are like, oh God, I don't want to lose my freedom. I'll do whatever you say. And a lot of these guys from, like my brother, still in the Army Guard, enlisted in 89. Who's the fucking resource hog? Is it on people on welfare? Or is it the people on top that make all this money that don't do shit? And they don't help anybody with all of their abundance. All they do is say things like, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. They don't fucking do shit for anybody. I love freaking a lot of the contributions that Pamela, what's her name? Pamela contributes. There's a big difference that I don't agree with. because she believes that people are all about thoughts and prayer. You know, like if you live the best version of your life, that it's gonna make somebody on the other planet, on the other side of the world, it's gonna make their life better because you're living your best version of your life. That is the biggest bunch of bullshit. It's like walking up to somebody that's choking on food, and they're like, and you're like, I'm gonna give you my thoughts and prayers. I'm gonna pray, God, please remove whatever is obstructing this person's airway. Please, God. And then the person fucking chokes and dies. But God gave you the ability to fucking do the Heimlich. See what I mean? See the difference? See? Is it just me? I think it's just me. You know? I think it's just me. I mean, I have all this stuff. I have all this knowledge. And you know what, Susie? Robert will never have me on his show. I'm so happy that you quit drinking, because it takes, the way I look at it, this is my main teaching. If I could just teach this in life, the only difference between us and and dead people is our breath, is the electricity in our heart that makes our heart beat, that pumps our blood, right? You remove breath, oxygen, you're a dead person. What do people do? Even a little bit. They drink alcohol. They put the spirits in replace of the oxygen. They're removing, that's what, when you get in trouble, I got in trouble twice, DUI, 2.6 and a 2.3. Three times over the legal limit, right? This is how I know, because I made my own mistakes, and I follow the science. Alcohol is one chemical compound off from ether. Ether can kill you. Alcohol is poison. It takes your soul. It takes your spirit. It allows demons to come in and do their bidding. You know all that? I'm just going to do what I want. Anytime I'm just going to do what I want, or I'm a grown-ass man, or I'm like, you are working for Satan. Congratulations, you are not your own person. When you do for you, you are doing Satan's bidding. 100% of the time, when people just live for themselves. And I already know that frickin' Robert would never have me on my show, because he doesn't want me to say the thing. He doesn't want the people that listen to his show to listen to what I have to say, because that would his son's in a fraternity. My brother's in a fraternity. I'm not for fraternities. I mean, his life is good because he benefited from all the fucking shit I talk out against. He went to San Francisco University. It's a Jesuit university, you know. I mean, it's really nice that he brought his mom out just in time so she could buy the house that he lives in, so she can frickin' circle the drain. He didn't buy that house. It was the sale of his mother. He won't talk about it, though, because of secrecy. He wants people to and he's a Virgo, just like my brother. I know how this works. I know how their mind, see, because people go by astrology, but I see the behavior, the history of behavior. Have you always been selfish? Because you talk about it, how you used to just do whatever you want, and it kind of seems like you still do. I don't ask him stuff no more. My days of asking him more. No, I've been trying to cooperate with people, and they don't want to cooperate with me, and that's okay. I still respect what he says. Don't. I don't want to be unclear. I still appreciate his messages. It just, and he is a reasonable guy, you know. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like, it's the system that people are perpetuating, even the spiritualists. No, you go into your fucking pocket and you fucking pull out, and it's so funny. All of the important people I have ever known in my life that I have reached out and I've been like, help me. And they're like, no, I'm not gonna. Because they never did shit themselves. I just had a grand sponsor die. She had 60 years sober, and then she died, right? She had a good long life. Listen to this shit. I was in the club. If I could have just shut up and gone along with the club, right? Oh, here it is. Let me start with this, and then I'll go back to all these people that are connected, that they let these people in, but you're not allowed. And this is what I'm adamantly against. Judge Eden was descended of 4 great-grandparents who settled in Shasta County between 1852 and 1855. His parents were Walter McGrum Eaton and Etta Burns Eaton. They go back into the history. I don't want to do that so much. Judge Eaton was always a student of history because they write it. You know those big old Tartaria tunnels that they have? Right outside, down below Mount Shasta, there's one of those tunnels that go into the inner earth. Right down. You go down, you do the tour, you go down into the dam, you walk out, you're like, what the fuck is that? You know what they explain it away as? Oh, it's a train tunnel. The tunnel's like freaking 9 times bigger than a train, but that's a train tunnel. Like, people just been buying this stupid stuff the whole entire time. You know? He wrote many articles for Covered Wagon, the annual publication of the, because other people, I'm sure, had very good articles to write, but they didn't get to put it in the magazine because this man had all of the control. And this is why the fucking world is disgusting, because there's people that have all the power. Right? Captain of the Royal Arch Masons since 1958 and a member of the Judas Prudence Committee of the Grand Lodge of Masons since 1979. The judge has also been a member of the Executive Committee of the Shasta College Museum. The whole deck is stacked. Why would even people try unless you had the right blood in you? You know? How come the government isn't just going out and lining people up? You don't got the right blood. You know, maybe is that why they're encouraging so much abortion? To off the people that they want, the people that have like the 12, 13 bloodlines, and everybody else, you're just freaking scum of the earth, and you're just supposed to clean up shit and do whatever we want because, you know, all that stuff makes my head hurt. All of it. Like all that stuff that's going on in the desert right now. In Gaza Strip? Really? You don't kill people. The end. That's it. But money says, Satan says, you got to kill people. You know? It's just, and the world just goes on with watching their Roman Empire and being their little fucking, you know, obedient little fucking ticks. Sucking on the freaking udders of, the demonic. I don't understand. I know he is. I just don't agree with it, you know. I don't hate the guy. I'm not, I just, it's just more of the same. You know, if I saw some dude that come in and say, you know what, more, like that lady that I just know that just died, dude. Okay, so she was a single daughter, and she was married, and they have one son. And she was the daughter of a fucking, lieutenant general, right? And these are people, I mean, they fucking have more money in God. Like, it ain't nothing to fucking give somebody freaking, you know, $1,000, $5,000. You know, I see that you're fucking homeless. Here's first, last, and deposit. Use this to get yourself in a better way, and if you don't, then at least I tried, right? Yeah. Let people prove themselves. You got these scumbags that are holding the purses, and they've never done anything to prove themselves, but were given all the opportunities in the world, right? Yeah. I mean, because this woman was born to who she was, the things that she got to do, were other more qualified people? You know? Were there other people that could have done that job? It doesn't matter because somebody else, because of who somebody's daughter is, they got they got it. So let's see if I can find it here. And then people, they don't want to stay here. So, hey, can I go over here and work, Dad? Hey, Dad, can you get me in? That's what it's what it's all about. I didn't earn it, Dad, but because of who you are, you're a lieutenant general. I'm going to get it. Just tell them that your daughter, and then they make a phone call. My daughter's going to show up, start paying her. They don't got to go through fucking HR. They don't got to fucking fill out an application. Every fucking job I've ever had, I'm like, why? Or just either look at me. Like, can I do the job? Then let me do the job. But to fucking, it's a subservient thing. It's a dominance thing. I'm going to put you in your place. You're going to sit. And people can't even fucking read my writing. So if it's a contingency that I have to have legible writing, even if it's a position that I don't write in, like bussing tables or some shit, people can use that whatever excuse they want not to have you a part of their group. Where is it here? I'm going to read one more thing and then I'm going to get going. I don't get the same advantages as everybody else, so I have no problem going, hey, that's not fair. You got these advantages. You don't deserve it. What did you do to deserve? Oh, you were just born to these people? Oh, I was born to people, and what happened to me? I got fucking raped when I was 10 months old. So I guess I wasn't born to the right people, huh? Spent formative years of a child of a USAF officer, Lieutenant General. Lived in Texas, California, Washington, D.C. College years, with much of her teenage and college years in Europe. Who fucking gets to do that shit? The daughter of a general. And then, oh wait, she worked at the CIA. And then she went on to work for NASA as a language translator. What the fuck does that? It's just putting people on payrolls. Why does fucking NASA need a French translator? So General's daughter can get paid? I mean, all of it. And that's why this whole fucking world is going down the toilet, because of all of this shit. Because unqualified people controlling shit, All these really important people, it's never done me any favor to know them. But they'll tell you how important they are, and then all their friends will tell you how important they are. And how much they've helped people, thousands of people. By just what? Saying don't drink, go to meetings, stay sober? Put your fucking money where your mouth is, fucking people. How much money do you fucking think a fucking 3-star general fucking, because they don't ever spend their money. They use planes in the Air Force and they just fly around in those to go where they want. Or they have somebody cut them orders so they can fucking go to some place that they want a vacation at. That's what your military is. The biggest limp dick bro club on the planet. 2017, they spent $11 million on male enhancement drugs, on boner pills in the VA system. People don't even know what their fucking money goes to. Because old man can't have erections because they tell themselves, I'm a piece of shit because all the shit I did. And they're right. They're absolutely right. So now I get to start getting creative and start thinking about, because I'm like, Marge, what are you going to do? What's your part? I'm going to keep making my cookies and giving them out to people, because I'm going to keep doing the things that people say people don't do, that just so they can see my example and think, oh my God, people do that? And then it's maybe if they have enough intellect in their freaking brain that they'll be like, oh shit, I bet I could do something like that too. Maybe not the same thing, but I bet I could contribute to society in a positive way too, instead of just going around and living that fucking best life and going over here and taking a picture of me at this rock formation, or going down to this beach and go, look, I made it here, or going into this cave and look at all the fucking things I did for myself in this life. And then when you meet your maker and your maker says, okay, that's all well and good, but what did you do for others? And they think about it and they're like, well, I did a lot of readings. Yeah, but you also charge $350 for those readings, or $300 for those readings. And a lot of people that could have used that information couldn't afford it. So they couldn't get what they needed because they're priced out. Oh, shit. Oh, no, so it doesn't count if you get paid for the service work you do? No, it don't count if you get paid for the service. That's not service. It's employment. That's about all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.